Now let's talk about Japan's former ambassador to Australia, Shingo Yagamami. He's revealed in his new book, Combating China's Wolf Warrior Diplomacy, that he was summoned to Penny Wong's office back in 2021 and cautioned over his public criticism of China. He writes, the choice of the word caution smacked of lecturing. As a general protocol of diplomacy, it was extraordinary and unacceptable for any ambassador representing his country to nod to such a message from somebody who is not even representing her country. Prue, this does seem like an extraordinary thing for a shadow foreign affairs minister to do. Was Penny Wong speaking on her own behalf? Was she representing Labor when she did this?
Well, she's an audacious person. She's very confident in herself. To think that she can do this, to break protocol almost, you know, when we don't really, this man had no idea whether she was speaking personally or on behalf of the opposition and potential government. But we all understand that Penny Wong and Labor have a very unique special friendship with China, with these communists. And clearly that was on the agenda well before they got into power. And to actually feel that she can shirt front an ambassador from another country for suggesting a bipartisan approach between Australia and Japan over Communist China's audacity and aggression in the South China Sea and with the trade tariffs, it's just remarkable. This woman we know is a mean girl. Being mean to other countries' diplomats is way beyond the pale when you're particularly only in opposition.
Well, we know the Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, is a favourite of the Chinese Communist Party at the moment. They keep singing his praises, saying other countries should follow his lead. Handsome boy is in the good books right now. Now, ABC Chair Kim Williams has launched a astonishing attack against the world's leading podcaster, Joe Rogan. Have a listen to what he had to say.
I think people like Mr. Rogan prey on people's vulnerabilities. They prey on fear, they prey on anxiety, they prey on all of the elements that contribute to uncertainty in society, and they entrepreneur fantasy outcomes and conspiracy outcomes as being a normal part of social narrative. I personally find it deeply repulsive, and to think that someone has such remarkable power in the United States is something that I look at in disbelief. I'm also absolutely in dismay that this can be a source of public entertainment when it's really treating the public as plunder for purposes that are really quite malevolent.
Deeply repulsive, disbelief, dismay. It's clear that Kim Williams doesn't actually listen to Joe Rogan, because just about everything he said there was false. And it just shows how out of touch and clueless he is. And given we fund the ABC to the tune of $1 billion, more than $1 billion every year, I got to say, Prue, it doesn't fill me with confidence.
Me neither. I mean, why is this man in this position if he feels that someone who gets 11 million listeners to his podcasts, who has the most success,
a lot more,
and then some, probably more. Yeah, you're right. And then has people knocking on his door, the world leaders, people who are scientists, the biggest brains in the world, wanting to be part of this conversation, which is unfiltered. Is Williams suggesting that someone who is so successful that people want to listen to is dangerous, is someone that shouldn't be fostered and celebrated? clearly he doesn't understand that, or perhaps it's foreign to him because he works at the ABC and no one really wants to listen to anything they say. So maybe it's just such a foreign thing. But, you know, the bloke is dreaming, I've got to say, if he thinks that he is in despair over this and in a quandary over it. And clearly he's in the wrong job. I mean, get out, Kim, because honestly, give someone a job to handle it.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to have someone in a position like that who is so out of touch with the current media environment, with how people consume news, how people have conversations, the public square, and to have such a warped outlook really just doesn't speak well for the job he's going to be doing there.
No.